and going to Pizza This. No, I left enough room in the parking spot for you to pull, like, to back in next to mine.
Let me add this to my keyring.
Las cosas van bien por aquí. ¿Y tú cómo estás? Me alegro mucho oír eso. Pronto tendré suficiente dinero para regresar y cuidarte. Sí, los niños están bien. Margarita también.
You would not believe how many celebrities live here. Totally.
Somebody meeting us here?
For the lawyer. He's gonna be a minute. Hey, are you the lawyer?
Indeed, Miss Stevenson.
Yes, this is.
Pleasure to meet you. Hi,
Likewise.
Mr. Case here. And apologies for the slight delay. Some, I'm going to politely use the phrase, dickheads have been setting off fireworks in the middle of the square, and my car's seen a little bit of better days, which needs to be sorted out. But apologies. How can I help?
Okay. Well, I have a little seating area. I don't know if you'd like to sit or stand.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely happy to come around. That'd be perfect.
Even reserved that seat, that armchair just for you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. In which case, I'm going to take a few here, and we'll see you.
All right. So last night, I got arrested for,
I will just specify. I'm just going to take some notes as we go. Just so apologies. I'm not ignoring you. I do promise.
No, you're fine. So I was out selling, and I seen a couple officers roll around. Of course, I initially stopped. Eventually, I came back. But these two officers rolled up on ATVs, which I've never seen before.
Agreed.
The uniforms that they were wearing were white t-shirts, so I wasn't sure if it was them or if it was maybe, I don't know, a guard or something. I don't know. Anyways, they pull up as I'm talking to a local, and there's no handoff there done there.
Okay.
They stated that they seen in the report a handoff, and I ended up shooting a cop, and
Okay.
as soon as I shot back, I got placed in handcuffs. Long story short, they hit me with attempted murder of an LEO, but then also battery as well, along with a couple others, which I don't remember.
Okay.
Probably possession or intent to distribute.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
I do have the report if you'd like to take a look at it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's something that if you're happy to hand over to, you can email me, whatever suits best in that regard. What I wanted to do is I'd like to get as much information as possible. That's perfect, thank you. I get as much information as possible with regards to what happened from your perspective, go against the review of what the charges are, and most importantly, we figure out how we can call bullshit on half of the stuff that they have tried throwing at you. And we then start pulling out all the stops with regards to anything we possibly can, from the fact that the suspiciously dressed personnel looking like they could be dealers of their own, leading to the fear for your life, all this sort of stuff, down to sick grandma and needing that to be an aspect in there. We will do some bullshit back ourselves, basically.
Yeah, 'cause,
It
they were
gets
on
better.
ATVs, and I thought ATVs only had jurisdiction like at the beach. They were pretty far from the beach.
Yeah,
I
I can even go as far as taking you to where I was.
This will be perfect, yes, because in my mind the ideal situation is we get a lot of the criteria for where you were, how they approached, if their claims, etc. as well, and this gives me a chance to review through. I will specify this. I won't say necessarily up front, but I will say there is a $5,000 case review. This is just so that it covers me for my time going through this. But please rest assured, the sort of success I've had so far has been talking down some shots fired at an officer down to intent to flee without violence. So we can find ways of bringing these charges down heavily, in my mind. I won't necessarily promise a completely free approach, but we'll find a way of making it really minimal on the impact it has. All I ask is just be as open and honest with me. I really appreciate you sending that through, because right now we've got attorney-client privilege. So anything you say, no, you can't compel me to say anything against it as well. So the more honest you are with me, the more I can blur the lines where we need them to be blurry.
Yeah, no worries. On top of that,
Okay.
with me, so I shot the officer. He went down like a limp noodle. And his partner had pulled out a taser, tased me. That's when I was in cuffs somewhere in between that, amidst that chaos. Fast forward, the officer received medical care, and I expressed to one of the officers, who is not on that report but was on scene and transported me to jail, was 540 Kevin Blaze. I expressed to him that I needed some medical attention. I was only feeling 76%. Which I understand the officer comes first because that's one of their own. I get it totally. I used to be in that line. Not anymore.
Ultimately, they declined any medical aid for you at all.
Yeah. So then fast forward, I'm in the jail. Two of the officers are typing up the report. 540 is, standing outside my cell block, asking me if I need food, if I need water. Continuously kept asking me that. Said no, I'm good. I'm good on food. I'm good on water. I have all that. I just need medical attention, and still continued to refuse it. He ends up telling me that I can get it at prison. Well, you're an officer. I'm sure you've arrested multiple people all day, all week, all month, all year. You should know by now that the doctor has up and quit his job at Bolingbrook.
I see. Okay. So this is actively. We can definitely lean this into mistreatment as well in that sense. Okay.
It gets so much better. I promise. Fast
Okay.
forward, I go to the Bolingbrook prison. I ask one of the inmates there. They're like, "Oh, well, we have a medical block," and I'm like, "Okay, great. Do we have a doctor?" Can you guess what? Can you guess what? There's no fucking doctor.
Okay.
So I place it.
Okay.
I let the guards know to place a 911 call. Still no show. I wait 10 minutes before storm. After the storm passes through, nobody showed up. I give it 5 minutes. I go back to one of the guards and I said, I still need medical treatment. So what the guard
Being
did,
had for a second.
the guard went ahead, requested a supervisor, and also requested for me to have medical attention. And trooper came by, said that there was no supervisor available, but he could give me the case, which I then provided to you, and
cool.
was
Yeah.
also able to finally give me medical treatment.
Okay. All right. So it's done. Okay. Okay. Firearm that you used to fire at the officer, is this one that's registered to yourself, or is this one that's got through a back alleys kind of situation?
Back alley situation, which I get. I'm
Okay. And at any point did you sort of admit that was your personal firearm at all, or anything like that?
no, negative.
Okay. Okay. So, firearm was found. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Used in self-defense.
And one thing I do know and that I do remember,
Mhm.
they never identified themselves as cops.
Okay, that's very, very good. Okay, for us, I mean, obviously, overall experience awful. Not going to display it, but for the purpose of this conversation, that's great. They're from plain clothes. We'll go with that. Actually, going to go less suspiciously. Plain clothes officers who didn't declare themselves. Okay. And when they sought to arrest you, did they look to seize stuff you were selling at the time before, or were they only after they arrested? They like, right, we're taking this stuff, for example.
No, so like they immediately requested me to put my hands up. And they actually went into my pockets. They took the gun. They took the adrenaline sugar that was on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even. They took $900 from my pocket, and I asked them. Because like I said, I used to be the assistant chief of Chicago PD, and I was like, how can you prove that $900 is from the sale? And
Yeah.
I guess somehow, some way, they never really specifically said where they were sitting, but they told me that they had seen a hand-to-hand transaction, but they still didn't tell me where they seen it at, like where they were at. Because I drove around, like when I kept seeing them come down the block, I kept leaving and I kept circling the area, trying to look to see where they were at.
Okay.
Oh, you want to send him the picture of that little ATV thing they were riding
Oh.
on that you sent me?
Yes,
Yes.
please. This is perfect. As I say, the more information I get, the better it is as well. The more I can work with.
No, I get it.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. And through. And where was this? Where was the actual location of this sort of thing?
335. I believe it's Independence Court. I believe it's down around Vespucci Beach.
Yep. I getcha. And okay, just trying to think of other bits I want to get from this as well. Okay. So, I think the way. Oh, you said they took the firearm off you, but obviously, at some point, firearm came back to your possession to act in self-defense. How did that happen?
Like how was it like initiated for me to use it?
Yeah. Because if they've taken it from you, did you sort of wrestle it back from them? Did they put it on the side and forget about it? How? It's about how we frame this story.
Hmm. So when
Honest version with me, remember that honest version with me, and let me come up with the impressive fabrication around how we spin it. But honest version.
So when they pulled up on scene,
Mhm.
they turned on their lights, they hopped off the ATVs, and they did not say PD or police. They didn't notify that to me. They just told me to put my hands up.
Mhm.
I didn't, being the fact that they were doing that, I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Um, and one of them I do remember had a taser pointed at me. I don't remember what the other officer had. It may have been a pistol of some sort. So I immediately fired him, and they removed. Once I got,
I see. So you'd already fired, and then they removed the weapon after. Okay, that's
yeah,
fine. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool. About where? Okay. This is again. This helps in our situation overall because it's different if after they've put you or said they're going to cuff you, that you suddenly then try to reach for a firearm after the fact. But if they have just made themselves a bunch of guys riding up on ATVs out of nowhere, pointing weapons, screaming to give us the stuff you have, etc. All these things that in the heat of the moment, sort of, yeah, acting in self-defense definitely is going to be a strong thing we can put through on this.
yeah,
So we can go through and review on that. Okay. Um, so criteria at the moment. Obviously you've been in serve time in that sense as well. I do not know exactly how much or what it is I'm going to be able to get back for them. I'll be honest, the last case I had was where the client was still evading the police at the time, and the bolo was out on them, so we was able to go and have the conversation with the officer and get them sort of get the charges reduced before they handed in. Admittedly, I appreciate the judicial system in Los Santos is still sort of being fleshed out at the moment, so this is all a very grey area. But there's definitely something here that I can look at following up with quickly on. And definitely, if there needs to be restitution in my mind, which I think is what we will be pushing for in this regard as well. Not just for what's already been leveled against you, but also for damages for the trauma that was given to you whilst in prison as well, which is quite sizable in my mind.
yeah.
And we'll be amping that up.
I did get beaten up in prison, and I got peed on. So yeah, I
There's
got that
plenty of
going
things
for
that
me.
people do want to do, and plenty of things people don't want to have done. And I'm never going to judge what people are into, but at the same point, if it's not for you at that time, then that's definitely something we're going to add to the level of things that we need to see restitution for. Okay. All right. Got the office name, got the location, got a very good description through on that front, so that's perfect. Bear with me. I'm just going to go look as well.
Sure.
Oh, these really were just the most basic bitch looking suspect style ATVs. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so lights went on, they were blues and twos. It wasn't like they had like amber lights or anything like that.
No,
Okay, so potentially in my mind, we could look at.
I don't even know if there were any markings on that ATV or not.
I'm thinking this goes down the route of impersonation. And that's at least the angle we're looking at on that ring up front. Okay, bear with me one other second. Just want to have a quick check on the document that's put through. Let's have a look. See, just give me a moment. Just have a quick read. Alright, and okay. I'll have to start it as well. Alright, well the good news is no matter what, this is definitely a case I'm happy to take. I don't know exactly what the long run will be for how we approach this, but I can safely say you've got me on your side, and we are going to do what we need to basically get them to. We'll wring them dry for everything we can for that being ourselves. That's going to be the sensible version of putting it for us now. What I'd ask, give me some time. I'm going to have a quick read through the document. I'm going to have a quick checkup on Actually, I need to go make sure my shop works because right now my car is a little bit beaten up, which is currently my mobile office. But I'll also, I'll have a read through, see what I can get follow up. I'm going to reach out to the police directly and get some more information from them because at the end of the day, they need to be able to release information to me for discovery, and we'll see where we go from there. And I'll be able to give you a quick call a little bit later on, or I'll drop you a message either or with a bit more information on it, if that's all right.
That is more than fine.
Perfect.
Hopefully
Okay.
they will have body cam they can give you.
Well, actually, honestly, I hope they don't. When they don't have body cam, it totally goes in our favor for that.
Really? Okay.
Because it means it's just word of an officer of the law versus word of the member of the public. Now, while there is some credibility to the officer when they say that they're in line of work, it's easy to start adding doubt into a lot of what they've confirmed. The fact that they didn't declare themselves, can ask them how long they were working that evening before they'd made an attempt. How often have they done this type of operation? Obviously, that means if it's a regular occurrence, why is their vehicles not being marked accordingly? If it's not a regular occurrence, how can we confirm that they were operating within the confines of the law as they're meant to in this regard? It's easy to sow doubt and disdain in that sort of sense. And the main thing we're going to be pushing is that what they'll need to do is put some extra proof and evidence forward and to present that in court. And the more that I can give evidence, the more that I can convince them basically before we even get to a court date that they're going to have a losing battle, the easier it is for them to immediately start talking about plea deals and negotiating down from that point before we even get to that stage. So that's the angle we'll take with this.
I got you.
All right, what I want to know is there any questions you had for me before I look to quickly go bury my face in the book?
Yeah, just one quick question. Would you like me to send you a picture or a video of where I was at last night specifically?
Yeah. If you've got that all as well, that would be absolutely perfect. Please do.
I can get that for you.
Yeah,
In the
that'd
next
be perfect.
10 minutes.
No immediate rush. That's absolutely fine. But that would be super handy as well. I'll be seeing what we can figure out. And the next step is I'll be starting to harass the police ever so slightly for information on the case documentation as well. So I'll keep you posted. Even if it's not this evening, I'll have a follow-up ready for you tomorrow as well.
Righty. Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. Well, if there's anything else, please do let me know. But I really appreciate your time. Obviously, you've got my number. I am unfortunately at the moment quite often between here and back home in the UK, so I am sometimes out of state. But just in case anything comes up, just remember, just in case. That's who you got to call.
All right. I already got you on my phone.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'll catch you both soon. Have a good afternoon.
All right.
You
Thank
too.
you. Have a good evening.
Cheers for now.